Most of us know the exact moment a relationship fractures. A line is crossed, a deep wrong committed, leaving you navigating the emotional shockwave. In the chaotic aftermath, well-meaning people usually offer the exact same advice. You need to be merciful, and you need to forgive. They use the words interchangeably, as if they are the exact same thing. But blurring those lines creates a psychological trap. If you treat forgiveness purely as an internal feeling of goodwill, you might spend your life waiting to actually feel forgiving towards someone who wrecked your trust. On the flip side, if you define mercy simply as letting an offender off the hook, it registers as a massive injustice. It feels like you are ignoring the damage they caused. To actually move past a profound wound, we have to decouple these two concepts entirely. We need to frame one strictly as an internal condition of the heart, and the other as a mechanical external action of the hands. Let's start with the internal condition. Mercy is the broad, baseline human capacity for compassion. It is a posture that actively prioritizes kindness over judgment. The specific trigger for mercy is general human suffering. It is a response to seeing someone in pain, completely separate from whether or not they have targeted you with an offense. In fact, mercy can thrive in situations where no one has sinned at all. If someone is hurting or struggling or simply needs help rather than consequences, mercy is the instinct to step in. The logic driving a merciful mindset is an active choice. It looks at someone's misery and says, I am going to give you what you need in this moment rather than strictly what you deserve. Mercy operates as the foundational root system of how we interact with people. It takes how we view those who are struggling, regardless of their guilt. But a soft heart alone doesn't resolve a transgression. That requires shifting from the internal feeling of mercy to the precise external action of forgiveness. Unlike mercy, forgiveness has a strict prerequisite. It cannot exist unless a concrete offense has actually occurred and a specific wound has been inflicted. Take a look at this balance sheet representing a relationship. When one person wrongs another, an offense creates a heavy negative deficit on one side of the ledger. It introduces a clear, quantitative imbalance between the two parties. This is where forgiveness breaks away from mercy. It responds directly to sin and wrongdoing, not merely suffering. It recognizes that the gap on the ledger is a literal relational debt demanding payment. The exact mechanical action of forgiveness is the wronged party actively canceling that debt. You zero out the ledger, restoring the balance sheet with ever demanding what you are owed. Mercy is the internal prerequisite that makes this difficult action possible. It is the softening of the heart that allows you to look at the person who owes you and see their humanity instead of just their debt. But if mercy is the desire to see someone relieved of their misery, that desire is blocked as long as you hold the debt over their head. The mercy remains incomplete because you are still keeping the person bound to the very weight your heart wants to lift. Mercy prepares the posture. It says, my heart is soft toward you. Forgiveness is the definitive opening of the hands to finally release the debt. The absolute starkest way to see this distinction in practice is to imagine discovering someone trapped at the bottom of a deep, dangerous pit. The internal compassion that drives you to climb down into the dark and pull that trapped individual to safety, that is mercy. But imagine the devastating realization that the person trapped in the dirt is the exact same person who violently pushed you in earlier. Forgiveness is the act of choosing to help them escape the pit anyway, despite the outstanding debt of their betrayal. This is costly kindness. By extending your hand to the person who pushed you, you are inherently absorbing the cost of their wrong yourself. Understanding this framework offers profound psychological relief. You are entirely freed from the impossible pressure to instantly feel warm and forgiving toward those who harmed you. To survive a deep wrong, you do not have to force an emotion. You just have to focus on cultivating an internal root of mercy toward human suffering. Once that root takes hold, you will grow the strength to perform the costly external action of canceling the debt.